It was a hot March time, in spite of rain, snow, and all that. But now that it's snowing blossoms there, it's cold now, despite everything. Despite all of it and everything. Despite Vienna, Berlin, and all. A foul, sharp winter wind is chilling us. Despite it all. Ferdinand Freilicher.
In late July of 1849, after only 1 year, the German Revolution was over. The Prussian King Frederick William IV had rejected the imperial crown offered to him by the German Parliament. The Parliament itself had been forcibly dissolved, and the last desperate attempts to enforce the new constitution had been brutally beaten down. The revolutionaries had failed to turn the 24 German states that were loosely united in the German Confederation into a democratic nation-state. After the dust had settled, the German Confederation was restored. It looked like things had returned to normal, but it was also clear that this would not last forever. The desire of the German people for a unified German nation was still going strong. In January of 1861, King Frederick William IV died, and his younger brother, King William I, ascended to the throne. Not even a year later, he found himself at the center of a constitutional crisis. The Prussian House of Representatives, which was dominated by liberals, denied the king the financial means he and his government needed to reform and strengthen the stagnating Prussian military. Even though a compromise seemed possible, William feared that giving in would weaken the crown, and even considered abdicating in favor of his more liberal son Frederick. However, Albrecht von Roon, the Prussian Minister of War, convinced him to instead appoint the Prussian ambassador to France as minister-president, the 45-year-old diplomat Otto von Bismarck. Otto von Bismarck had been born at the tail end of the Napoleonic Wars in the Prussian province of Saxony. When he was young, his family moved to Pomerania, where he spent his childhood, then went on to study law and agriculture at the universities in Göttingen, Berlin, and Greifswald. By 1861, he was a well-educated, multilingual, and accomplished politician, and had already served in various positions within the Prussian state before being appointed ambassador to France. He also was a staunch conservative. During the Revolution, he had been an active counter-revolutionary, and he was one of the founders of the conservative New Prussian newspaper. He also knew that politics was a dirty game, and he played to win. The less people know about how sausages and laws are made, the better they sleep. With his passion for politics and his fierce loyalty to Prussia, he was the right man for the job. At first, Bismarck tried negotiating with the House, but when that did not go anywhere, he exploited a loophole in the Prussian constitution. Since the constitution did not specify a course of action if a compromise between king and parliament could not be reached, he argued, the decision would be up to the party able to enforce it, implicitly threatening the representatives with military force. Eventually, the reform was adopted, although under protest. One artist satirized Bismarck's treatment of the constitution in a caricature. "I can't rule with this." Nevertheless, Bismarck had come out on top. Not only did this earn him the respect and trust of the King of Prussia, it also turned the Prussian military into one of the most modern armies in the world, an army that Bismarck had every intention to use. Instead of seeing the nationalistic fervor as a threat, Bismarck saw it as an opportunity to strengthen the position of Prussia within both Germany and the world at large. In a speech to the House of Representatives, he declared, "The position of Prussia in Germany will not be determined by its liberalism, but by its power. Prussia must concentrate its strength and hold it for the favorable moment. Not through speeches and majority decisions will the great questions of the day be decided. That was the great mistake of 1848 and 1849, but by iron and blood.